Hello, I am back. Ah, shoot. I'm going to redo that because I had some music playing in the background, but it didn't go through because I forgot to do that. Let's see, do I have it? See if I have it record. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Hello, I'm back. Minus one person because unfortunately the co-host Brandon, aka Savage Rain, had passed away 6 months ago, and I wanted to bring it back because I know he'd love for me to do it. And to the video listeners, you can see there's a paladin in the background because that's what I originally started with. First character I made. So, I'm going to start off with Ezra Times Classic. And let's see, I'm trying to see which page. Okay, I got the wrong page up. Start off with what I originally started off Classic with, which was the start of Classic, and then they went to BC, Wrath, and then now Cataclysm. And the only thing I got for Cata right now is the DPS rankings for Firelands Week 2. Fire Mage is top with Balanced Druid and Arms Warrior on the top 3. Then suddenly Combat and then Assassination, all 3 rogues are the next 3. Frost Death Knight, Elemental Shaman, Survival Hunter, Affliction Warlock, Shadow Priest, and I'll just go ahead and do them all. Unholy, Demonology, Warlock, Enhancement Shaman, Ret Pally, Destruction Warlock, Fury Warrior, Blood Death Knight, Feral Druid, and then Beast Mastery Hunter on the bottom. That's all I got for Cata. Well, I have some more, but that'll come later. Alright, so for Season of Discovery, something that came out 4 days ago, meet Bubbles, the new tarnished Undermine real toy vendor in Season Discovery Phase 6. Now, Bubbles is a new toy vendor that has been added to Booty Bay. This vendor will sell a variety of new toys as well as older toys from previous Season Discovery level up phases for those that missed them. These toys may be purchased with tarnished Undermine reels. As with previous phase toys, these may all be found in the player's keyring storage when purchased. Now we'll go through them all those, but this is more like a news podcast, not one that will go into depth and how I feel about everything. I might tell you how I feel about some things, but not everything. New world buff items may be one-time use on Phase 6. So Agrin said the intent is simply to give people an option to recover buffs after a wipe. It's a feels bad reducer, but it's not meant to be. Completely replace world buffs permanently. Allowing to walk around with all of those things on a stick with no limit would be pretty odd. Yes, it would. War Effort, Descent into Madness, and Nightmare Grove on the Phase 6 patch notes. It's easy to discover the War Effort works a bit differently from past iterations. The War Effort no longer requires player participation to complete. The War Effort will begin on Thursday, November 21st, and will end on Wednesday, December 4th. Players may still hand in materials to support the War Effort. Doing so will earn the players commendations that can be spent in the following ways. And I don't go into the ways. To increase faction reputation, With numerous factions across Azeroth, not just the capital city factions, but also the Timbermaw tribe, the Zetalar tribe, the Steamweedle cartel, the Hydrax and Waterlords, the Thora Brotherhood, the Starry Circle, and the Argent Dawn. Okay, I think that's what they're talking about. Okay. To purchase consumables from those factions and capital cities, continue to provide scrolls and random equipment. Other factions provide consumable items, allowing players to refresh world buffs for party or raid members that may have lost them, such as after a wipe, or provide assistance with combat and Silithus. You might hear my son yelling every once in a while in the background. He's playing a game. The gathering portion of the war effort will not end when the war begins, allowing players to continue gathering commendations and using them for reputation or consumables. In addition to the war effort, there are Kiraji crystals, sorry if I messed that up, spawned in various locations across Azeroth, surrounded by agents of Encourage. Defeating these creatures will provide a variety of rewards. Now, developers' notes, previously these comps only spawned during the war, after the war effort had ended and the Scarab Gong had been rung. We're extending these activities for seeing discovery and allowing them to run for the full duration of the war effort. At the end of the war effort, the war in Silithus will begin and will run for 40 hours from December 4th to December 6th at 3 p.m., in which the Encourage raids will become available. During this war, players can earn Brood of Nazdorumu, reputation Silithus by defeating the Karaji, as well as take on massive world bosses that spawn throughout the event. Rage, the Temple of Encourage and the Ruins of Encourage will open December 6th. The Temple is now tuned for 20 players and allows up to 25 players in a raid. The Ruins is now tuned for 10 players and allows up to 15 players in a raid. And everything moved. Descent into Madness. When players arrive at the first boss, Prophet, Scarum, or Kurnax, they are presented with an interactive obelisk object. This object is enabled by default, which represents the baseline difficulty of the raid. Raid groups that wish for an additional challenge may deactivate the obelisk. Doing so will add difficulty and sanity-based mechanics to the encounters and provide the raid with a finite number of attempts at which to defeat the next 3 bosses. If the raid has no attempts remaining when they defeat a boss, the bonus chest will no longer be present, and the next obelisk will no longer be able to be interacted with. Defeating the boss with attempts remaining will activate a bonus chest containing additional rewards. However, daring players may refrain from opening chests and continue onward in the raid with the attempts remaining and deactivate the next boss's obelisk to continue descending into madness. After every 3rd boss, the raid will reach a checkpoint and be able to open their chest and collect the rewards accrued to that point without ending their descent into madness run. The checkpoints occur after defeating the following bosses: Balagard, Sartura or Moam, Princess Huhuran, and Khatoon. These are long patch notes. Due to the nature of this new challenge, the Seal of Discovery version of Encourage is now expected to be completed in the following order: Prophet Scarum, Bug Trio, Battlegars Sarturu, Frankris the Unyielding, Visidius, Princess Huhuran, Twin Emperors Oruro, Krunax, General Rejax, Moam, Buru, Aemus. The baseline number of rewards per boss has been increased, and Temple Encourage and Ruins of Encourage have fewer effective rewards come from the bonus chest. Bonus chests may contain trade skill related or cosmetic items. Any power affecting items that can be obtained from the bonus chest can also be obtained from usual sources. Okay. There's a bunch of more patch notes. I'm not going to go into everything because it is long. Oh, user interface. Looking for group tools has been added for Season of Discovery Realms. You may access this tool by selecting the eyeball icon in the upper left of your minimap or using the H hotkey. Or I. I'm not H. I said H. Looks like an I hotkey. Players may use this tool to list themselves for a variety of activities or browse listings of other players looking for groups. A new option was added to the options menu to toggle between the new and classic guild interface. Now, the developer notes we understand that some players prefer the simplicity of the older guild UI, but we also appreciate how difficult it can be for guild leaders to use, particularly when it comes to managing roles in large guilds, and the new UI has a much more user-friendly interface for that functionality. As a result, we've decided to simply let each player choose which interface they prefer and allow them to swap back and forth as desired. Alright, so the patch notes are on Wowhead, so go ahead and look those up. Now, updated extended maintenance for Hardcore Realms, November 19th. And Blizzard says, hello, as an update, we discovered the cause of the Hardcore Realm instability and are currently working on fixes to safely resolve it. We plan on restarting U.S. Realms in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, this is already done, to implement these code changes, and we'll be marking Hardcore Realms live shortly thereafter. Thanks for being patient while we work through these issues. So they also said, let's see, 19 hours and 10 minutes ago. Today we discovered an issue that caused Hardcore to be Rails to be unstable on the new patch. To ensure that players do not experience unfair hardcore character losses, we're keeping the Hardcore Realms offline until the issue is resolved. We do not currently have an ETA for when Hardcore Realms will open. Thank you for your patience. Hopefully they're on. Alright, how to unlock the Bottomless Noggenfogger Elixir in Season Discovery Phase 6. They go into how to do that. Sometimes it turns you to a skeleton, which is pretty cool. That's why I did it. Alright, now we are going to the thing where I came back for, and that is Blizzard announced fresh classic servers. Now, I'm really happy about that. I told a couple people, and they're excited. We're going to all start all over, and my son that you hear in the background possibly is actually going to play with us. He's been wanting to play, but whenever we try to play together, I tend to veer off and do something else. But this time, we're going to level up together, and we'll teach him how. Alright, so some announcements. Fresh classic servers will progress through the Burning Crusade. Sorry, excuse me. And then fresh Hardcore Realms will not the Hardcore Realms will not progress into the Burning Crusade. So be careful about that. If you make Hardcore tune, you will not progress. But I'm curious if your tune dies on Hardcore, if you can transfer it to a regular server. I don't know. He is having fun. Alright, dual spec, instant mail, and no debuff limit coming to Classic Fresh. Yes, that's right, dual spec, instant mail, and no debuff limit. So, Kyvax said, added to the OP, updated November 18th. After working through a great deal of player feedback, we've decided to provide some additional changes that will be a part of Anniversary Realms. Instant mail between characters on the same account. So make sure it's on the same account. The removal of the buff debuff limit. Dual specs. Instant mail and removal of the buff debuff limit will be implemented at launch. A dual spec will be enabled at a later date. Thank you very much for the lively discussion. I hope soon, because I want to level up a paladin as Rhett and dual spec as heals, so I can do some dungeons. War mode style PvP faction balance coming to layers in Classic Fresh. This is a long one, so I'm going to try to read it as quick as I can. Foibles says, hey folks, I wanted to drop by and let you know about a new, slightly experimental feature that is coming with patch 1.15.5 and the Anniversary Realms launching on Thursday. As many of you will know, the Season Discovery we implemented a system for PvP rule set realms that restriction faction creation when one faction becomes dominant. This system worked fantastically for keeping one faction from snowballing and has maintained a healthy balance throughout Season Discovery. We've already announced that this feature will be enabled for the Anniversary PvP realm. But one of the consistent pieces of feedback was that a faction-balanced realm does not lead to a faction-balanced world due to how the layering system handles player load. With 1.15.5, PvP realms will attempt to balance faction at both the layer and the specific zone level. What this means is that if one faction exceeds our balance threshold, any additional players attempting to enter that same zone will instead transfer to another layer. The system will work much like our war mode system in the World Within, where we balance as many copies of the zone as possible, and eventually any overflow of one dominant faction will end up on a one-sided zone by themselves. As part of this change, we're also going to heavily restrict players' ability to layer hop on PvP realms. You will face a much longer cooldown before the system will allow you to change layer again. That will also ramp up with each successive layer change. The idea behind this is to try to maintain these layers faction balance and discourage a mass influx of multiple raids of one faction trying to flood a specific area. Whenever we make a change to these sort of systems, there are a ton of unknowns around quite how it will behave once real humans get involved. We will be closely monitoring how this all feels in-game and will make changes or outright disable the system if it ultimately leads to a negative play experience. We're excited to see how this plays out and the carnage it may lead to. One final warning, however, please be very confident you want to engage in player versus player combat in Classic area, including the Anniversary Realms, as this time around there will be no escaping the other faction by switching to a layer that is dominated by your faction. If you sign up for PvP this time, you're signing up for everything that it entails. Whether you roll Alliance or Horde, good luck. We'll see you on the battlefield. Alright, so the WoW Classic Fresh Realm names are announced. So they will go live tomorrow, November 21st at 2 p.m. PST. In each region, the realms will be Baldar's Moxie on normal, Fingus Ferocity on PvP, and Slipkick Savvy as hardcore. The Molten Core and Nuxier raids will open on December 12th. To support group play, Anniversary Realms include a Looking for Group, that's right, the LFG tool, which will allow players to create, join, and browse parties manually. Anniversary Realms feature a services chat channel that players can enable specifically for advertising services such as portals, summons, and tribute buffs. All such advertising must be posted to the services channel, and player chat of these kinds placed elsewhere are subject to player reports and actions taken by Blizzard. Additionally, of course, I already told you about the mail on the same account is instant. Debuff limit is removed. Dual spec will be added soon. Players can toggle between the old guild UI and a new one. Alright, then choose between classic or revamped guild UI on Classic Fresh servers, which I've already talked about that. Oh, that looks almost like the World Within kind of UI. Okay. That's cool. Alright, so, a lot of questions everybody's asking. What's the best everyday add-ons for WoW Classic? Advanced interface options. Exposes all interface options hidden by Blizzard. Also includes a useful CVAR Explorer, perfect for players that like to tweak their WoW client. Atlas Loot Class. Boy, I can't talk today. Atlas Loot Classic, all one word. Vendor price. This add-on shows the selling price of the item on the game's tooltip for that item. Oh yeah, Atlas Loot Classic. Add-on to check all loot tables from the game. Useful as Classic does not have a dungeon journal like retail. Wowhead Client. Application add-on used to help build our database. Oh, that's cool. I don't have that. I need to get that. Leatrix Plus, a general quality of life add-on that is meant to enhance the default user interface. You can do things like automatically sell grade quality vendor trash, accept pending resurrections, and select, accept, and turn in quests without having to click through in-game prompts or menus manually. Oh, I got that. That's what's been doing it. Okay. Leatrix Maps, another quality of life add-on, enhances the default maps, including features such as coordinates, map scaling, and removing the fog of war. Map Chords Classic, a lightweight add-on that adds coordinates both to your map and minimap, allow you to easily check your current position. Weak Auras, robust interface add-on that allows the players to create and share through in-game chats auras to track different aspects of the game. Players can also import auras created by other players by visiting repositories like wago.io. Bugsack collects LUA errors in a single area instead of in the middle of your screen. Very useful if you are using any out-of-date add-ons. Oh, I need that. Twitch Emotes version 2 converts certain words or phrases into corresponding Twitch emotes. Very useful if you're out of touch and don't know what a PogChamp looks like. That's the first time I ever heard of PogChamp. I guess I'm out of touch. Rare Scanner, audio visual cues whenever there is a rare NPC nearby. Spy Classic, a self-populating list of nearby enemy players, giving you advanced notice of potentially hostile players. Oh, that would be good on the PvP, of course. Best add-ons for Auction House and WoW Classic: Trade Skill Master, Auctionator, or Auctioneer. So, don't have both. Best add-ons for combat rating and PvP in WoW Classic: Bigwigs, Daily Boss Mods, Hillcom. Hey, I need to try that one. Details, which is a damage meter. Classic Aura durations. Classic spell activations. Omni CC. Mike scrolling battle text. I like that one. Parrot 2, an alternative scrolling battle text item. Okay. Nameplate scrolling combat text. Click with enables mouse over click casting for classic, remove the need to target players before healing them. Oh, I need that one. Gargle, a loot management add-on popular in pub raids. That's one I had for a little bit. Plater nameplates. Sell. Character stats classic. Item rack classic. Nova instance tracker. Oh, that is good to have. I had that. It's a lockout activity tracker. Nova world buffs, warning and timers for various world buffs. That's a good one. Best add-ons for leveling and questing in WoW Classic: Questy. Oh, yeah, that one is a good one. It's a powerful quest helper, adds many different quest quality of life improvement to the interface, making questing similar to later expansions. It is phenomenal to have that. What's training? Oh, allows you to see available and upcoming spells directly from your spell book. So if you're like level 26 and you haven't leveled or learned anything in a while, and you're like, hey, did I go to the trainer? And you look and you haven't been to the trainer since level 20, you probably have quite a few, and you click on what's training so you don't waste a trip to the trainer and find out you've already trained. So that's good to have. Alright. So I also looked at the roadmap. So this is for all three: Cataclysm, Classic, they got in the autumn, Firelands Raid, Elemental Rune Dungeons, Legendary Staff is out. In the winter, Hour of Twilight, Dragon Soul Raid, Caverns of Time Dungeons, and Elemental Rune Dungeons. And then in the spring, World of Warcraft Missing Pandaria comes out. In the summer, pre-patch, Thurbor's Fall, Pandaren playable, and Monk playable. And autumn, in autumn is the launch. Sorry, it says spring, but yeah, the way they have the roadmap looks kind of weird. In autumn is launch, campaign story, raids, dungeons, other updates. Winter and spring, don't say nothing. Alright, so Season Discovery, Phase 5, then Phase 6, Phase 7. Phase 7 is an Extremis raid, new in-game content. And then the, let's see, Classic. The fresh Classic. In the autumn launch, 1 through 60. And then winter says Phase 1, Molten Core and Onyxia. Phase 2 is between winter and spring. I don't think this really is correct, but Phase 2 comes out with runs of Dire Maul. Sorry. Honor System and PvP learning, World Bosses, Warsong Gulch, and Alterac Valley Battlegrounds. And then Phase 3 is Assault on Blackwing Lair Raid, Dark Moon Fair starts. Phase 4, Rise of the Blood God. That's your Zul'Gurub raid, Arathi Basin Battleground. And then Phase 5, Gates of Anchorage, AQ War Effort, Temple of Anchorage raid, Roads of Anchorage raid. Phase 6, Shadows of the Necropolis, Scourge Invasion, Extremis raid, and Celestis World PvP. Alright. So, is anybody else coming? I know you'll see me. So, I'm going to try and make this a weekly thing, maybe, depending. With 3 different games on this podcast, I think we'll be alright. So, until next time, have fun playing the game. Alright! Now I gotta switch this. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta... Alright, so... You get to watch me do stuff, maybe. Where... Da, 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 do, do. My son's goofy. No more classic, alright. Then let's see. I'm gonna change the background. Now it's Kata, right? Oh, wait a minute, no. War Within. Let's see if I have. Is that? Nope. That's Shadowlands. That's been a while. Nope. Alright, I gotta find a good picture. Alright. Oops. Oh, I'm silly. Oh, can't open that. Crap. Wonder if I could, Nope. Crap. Let's see. Nope. Ooh, that one might have worked. Oh, poo. All right. I like it. Now I need to find. Nope. 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 Would be good if I actually brought up the right thing. Oh. Alright. Let's see. What? Yep. Alright. Welcome back to Azeroth Times. This is Chris, and unfortunately the co-host, Brandon aka Savage Rain, passed away almost 6 months ago. Sadly, he's gone. Prayers for his family. But he would have wanted me to continue, so here I am. Alright, so the latest news. I just clicked on the wrong thing, I think. Alright. Is that the new 3 hours? Wow. Boy, I've got some new one stuff. Oh, that's 4 days ago. 1 day ago. 1 day ago. Alright. I see what I did. Alright. 4 days ago, we have the World of Warcraft player housing plan for the start of winter 2025, updated 2025 roadmap. So, the roadmap shows Siren Isle 11.0 or 0.7 is coming out in the winter, which has new content. Siren Isle, story and quest, upgradable ring, which is the circlet, turbulent timeways. Wintervale has got new content, and additional holiday updates. Then they show a little, let's see, World of Warcraft banner. It's got a flag. And then 11.1 is coming out before the spring. New zone, Undermine. The new raid is Liberation of Undermine. New dungeon, Operation Floodgate. And then we got something called DRIVE. It's Drive, but it's spelled out, each letter is all caps with a period in between them. There's new delves, the Cartel Renown, Warbands UI updates, Warbands Camp collections. This is season 2. In the spring, we got 2 updates, 11.1.5, new content, which is Nightfall, Horrific Visions Revisited, and Chiller's Week update. And then 11.1.7 is the other one, with story and quest, new content and system updates, turbulent timeways. And then in summer, 11.2, which is new zone, new world events, new dungeon, new raid, new open world challenges, warbands updates, Brewfest updates, season rewards refresh, and this is season 3. And then right at the end of summer, before autumn, we got the expansion reveal, World of Warcraft Midnight. Ooh, okay. And then the autumn, 11.2.5, new content and system updates, and the 21st anniversary. And then also 11.2.7, story quest, new content and system updates. And then right there where autumn stops and winter begins is the housing little banner. And then it says, when is midnight? It says player housing was teased for midnight. Does this mean that the midnight expansion is expected to launch winter 2025 now? This would mean that World Within would last less than a year and a half in duration, not have a prolonged end of expansion period. I don't think so. Everything's usually 2 years on this. Alright, and then Conquest Cap removed in the World Within Season 1, so congratulations. You can also purchase forged equipment chests from Lalandi and Dornegal to send rated PvP items to your alts. That's pretty cool. Valorstone equipment chest added to the World Within Season 1. Send veteran gear to alts. This transfer is made by purchasing Harbinger's equipment chest from Ogmera for 350 Valorstones. You need 1,000 Mythic Plus rating to purchase these chests. Thanks, Nemo, for checking it for me. Oh, that's cool. Hateforged Blaze Cycle back in stock. Blizzard X Mountain Dew promotion available again. And yes, I bought one of these. This is a Mountain Dew promotion. And it costs 600 points on a Mountain Dew site. It's been listed out of stock. I went and bought 6 12-ounce Mountain Dews, all different flavors. Each one's 100 points, and it only takes 6 of those to get the Hate Forge Blaze Cycle, which I have already claimed, or went onto the website and redeemed it. Now I just got to go in the game and claim it. And then the Fell Cycle Puzzle Progress Day 1, How to Unlock the Cairns and Catacombs Puzzle Dragon. There is a lot of stuff on this one. So if you want to know how to do it, go to Wowhead. That's where I'm at looking at it. Blizzard confirms the Rhubarb Palace Hall of Fame is full and will close on next reset. Earlier this week, we reached 100% in the Hall of Fame for the Rhubarb Palace raid. Because it was so close to the weekly reset, we've left the Hall of Fame open for additional entries until next week, when then Hall of Fame will close permanently with regionally weekly resets on Wednesday, 26th November in this region. Good luck to those guilds who are close and pushing to make it. Alright, that's all I see on live. So, sorry it's short, but it's sweet. And hopefully I'll be back next week with more. But we'll see. So until next week, have fun playing the game. Alright, so... Alright, now to do... the one I haven't done in a while. I'm going to have to change the background. We'll turn the audio off for a second. Alright. Robert. You gotta be quiet, okay, bud? Thank you.
Why did I say okay?
Robert. Go into my room, use my charger cable beside my bed, and lay down on my bed and play.
And close the door, right?
Yeah. No, you don't have to close the door. You'll be far enough away, I won't hear you. Okay, hit record. All right, it's been a while. Haven't done silver anniversary movies in a while, so here we go. I'm gonna see if you can guess the movie. This one was I'm not even gonna tell you what it is till I'm not gonna tell you what the ratings are until after I let you guess and tell you the name of the movie. All right, so the info: Bowen Tyler is among a small group of survivors taken in by a German submarine after the vessel has sunk their ship. Let me move this over so I can see it better. When a struggle ensues between the German officers and their captives, the U-boat, which is running out of fuel, ends up coming across an uncharted island. Unfortunately for their passengers and crew, dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures roam the land, and everyone must fight to survive the perils of the lost island. It's directed by Kevin Connor, produced by John Dark, Milton Sabotsky, screenwritten by Michael Moorcock and James Cawthorn. Production company is Amicus Productions and Lion International. Rated PG. It's a fantasy. It's 1 hour and 31 minutes long. Like that's going to help. Doug McClure is Bowen Tyler. Susan Penhaligon is Lisa Clayton. John McHenry is Captain Von... Wow. What the... It just cut it off right there. Captain Vaughn. Keith Barron as Bradley and Anthony Ainley as Dietz. And the name of the movie is... The Land That Time Forgot. And I didn't think about doing this. The land... what the... The Land That Time Forgot. Nope, there we go. Alright. So the tomato meter, 43%. Ooh, it went splat. And then popcorn meter, which is audience score, is 38%. So the audience hated it even worse. And let's see, is it streaming anywhere? You can rent or buy it on Fandango at home. This has changed. Oh, you can watch on Apple TV. Okay. Let me close these two so I don't screw up. Alright. I almost told you. So, it starts with Myrrh. Anyways. Where is it? Where's the synopsis? Having concluded a case, Detective Hercule Poirot settles into what he expects will be a relaxing journey home aboard the Orient Express. But when an unpopular billionaire is murdered en route, Poirot takes up the case and everyone aboard the famous train is a suspect. Using an avalanche blocking the tracks to his advantage, Poirot gradually realizes that many of the passengers have revenge as a motive, and he begins to home in on the culprit. Sorry about the cough. Scrolling down, where's my stuff at? There we go. Directed by Sidney Lumet, produced by John Bromborn and Richard Goodwin. Screenwritten by Agatha Christie, Paul Den, Anthony Schaefer. Distributed by Paramount Pictures. Production company is EMI Films. Is rated PG. It's a mystery and thriller. Released November 24th. It's 2 hours and 7 minutes long. some of the staff. They keep moving stuff. Albert Finney is Hercule Poirot. Lauren Mascali as Mrs. Harriet. Martin Balsam as Signor Bianchi. Ingrid Bergman as Greta O'Hisson. Jacqueline Bissett as Countess. Jean-Pierre Cassel as Pierre Paul something. All right. The name of the movie is Murder on the Orient Express. So there was the myrrh, and I said the Orient Express in the synopsis of the movie. So Murder on the Orient Express. 89% on tomato meter, 78% on the audience score or popcorn meter. So you know where I'm reading these all from. And let's see. This one made $37.7 million at box office. 128 minutes long. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright. And the last one for this week, 25 years ago. Let me move down. This surrealist Spanish film with a title referencing the Communist Manifesto strings together short incidents based on the life of director Louis Buñuel. Presented as chance encounters, these loosely related intersecting situations, all without a consistent protagonist, reach from the 19th century to the 1970s, touching briefly on subjects such as execution, pedophilia, incest, and sex. The film features an array of characters including a sick father and incompetent police officers. Directed by Louis Buñuel, produced by Serge Silberman, screenwritten by Louis Buñuel, Jean-Claude Guerrier, distributed by 20th Century Fox and Rialto Pictures. Production company is 20th Century Fox. Is rated R. It's a comedy. The original language is Canadian French. Released September 11th, 1974. This is supposed to be this week, 25 years ago, so I don't know. This is what came up. It's 1 hour and 44 minutes long. Alright, so the name of the movie is The Phantom of Liberty. Alright, so that is it for Golden Anniversary Movies. So, welcome back and hopefully see you again soon. In case you didn't notice, I fucked that up. It's supposed to be Golden Anniversary Movies. Yeah. Oh, but I didn't put where it's streaming. Oh well. I gotta move this back. Where did everything go? Oh. Okay. All right, sorry about that. So let's go to silver anniversary movies. Might as well do that real quick. Let me get this ready. All right, so 25 years ago, these movies came out. See if you can guess it without looking it up. With the millennium approaching, a series of disturbing signs suggest that Satan has returned to Earth and is walking the streets of New York City. It seems that Satan needs to find a woman who will bear his child as the time for the arrival of the Antichrist draws near. Okay. Directed by Peter Hames, produced by Armayan Bernstein and Bill Borden, screenwritten by Andrew W. Marlowe, distributed by Universal Pictures. Production company is Beacon Communications. It's rated R for intense violence, gore, language, strong sex scene. It's a horror movie. It was released November 24th, 1999. Yeah, that'd be 25 years ago, yeah. The box office, it made $66.9 million, and it's 2 hours long. Let's see. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays Jericho Kane. Gabriel Byrne plays the Man. Kevin Pollak plays Chicago. Robin Tunney plays Kristen York. CCH Pounder plays Detective Marge. Rod Steiger plays Father Kovac. Let's see. I think that's it. All right, the name of the movie is End of Days. This one went splat at 11% and then a 33% on the popcorn meter. And if you want to watch what's splatted, it's streaming on Apple Plus. Let's see. Try to figure out how this works now. I missed the old one on Just Watch where it would actually... You can rent it on Apple TV, Fandango at Home. What is that? Microsoft? Microsoft Store? And Amazon? Or you can buy it on Apple TV, Amazon, Fandango at Home, and Microsoft Store. All right. Next movie. A former security guard, Walt Kuntz, experiences a severe stroke and must begin physical therapy after leaving the hospital. Part of Walt's recovery program includes regaining his speech by taking singing lessons, and he gets paired with Rusty, a vocal instructor and neighbor. Walt, however, is extremely homophobic, and Rusty is flamboyantly gay and awaiting gender reassignment surgery, so the two don't have an easy start to the relationship. Directed by Joel Schumacher, produced by Jane Rosenthal, Joel Schumacher, and Robert De Niro. Screenwritten by Joel Schumacher. Distributed by MGM and UA Home Entertainment, Inc. Production companies, Tribeca Productions. Rated R. It's a comedy and LGBTQ+. Released November 24th, 1999. In the box office, it made $4.5 million, and it's 1 hour and 52 minutes long. All right, the name of the movie is Flawless. And this one made 40% on Tomato Meter 54% on the popcorn meter. And I like this. You can stream it on Fubo, MGM Plus, Hoopla, Canopy, and Pluto TV. Or you can rent it on Amazon, Apple TV, Fandango at Home, Microsoft Store, or you can buy it on a Microsoft, Apple TV, Amazon, and Fandango at Home. So I'm going to try this out. This is, okay. I want to do this the other way because this, I figured out a different way to do this. Alright, so the next one. Fanny, born into a poor family, is sent away to live with wealthy uncle Sir Thomas, his wife, and their 4 children, where she'll be brought up for a proper introduction to society. She is treated unfavorably by her relatives, except for her cousin, whom she grows fond of. However, Fanny's life is thrown into disarray with the arrival of worldly Mary Crawford and her brother Henry. So it's directed by Patricia Rozemo, produced by Sarah Curtis, screenwritten by Jane Austen and Patricia Rozema, distributed by Miramax Films, production companies HAL Films, Miramax Films, Arts Council of England, and BBC. It's rated PG-13, is history and drama, released on November 19th, 1999. It grossed $4.8 million in the box office. It's 1 hour and 50 minutes long. So the name of the movie is Mansfield Park. It had a 78% on tomato meter, 76 on the popcorn meter. It's pretty good. And you can stream it on a free trial or Prime Video, Fubo, MGM Plus, Hoopla, and Prime Video with ads if you have a sub for that. Or you could rent or buy it on Apple TV, Fandango at Home, Microsoft, and Amazon. I want to check something out real quick. Yep. It's free in Hoopla. Okay. All right. Got 3 more left. Gotta hurry it up. Oh, I didn't see the actors. Oops, sorry. On the fringes of the Civil War, Missouri bushwhackers engaged in guerrilla warfare with Union Jayhawkers. Bushwhackers Jake Rodell and Jack Childs, out to avenge the murder of Jack's father, are joined by George Clyde and his former slave, Daniel. Hiding out for the winter, Jack has a short romance with a war widow before dying. Jake steps in to take care of her and her newborn before joining Quantrill's famous Kansas raid. Directed by Ang Lee, produced by Ted Hope, Robert F. Colesbury, and James Shamus. Screenwritten by James Shamus. Production company is Good Machine. Rated R. It's a history and drama. It is 2 hours and 18 minutes long, and it made $630.8K. Skeet Ulrich is Jack Bullchilds. Toby Maguire is Jake Rodell. Jewel plays Sue Lee Shelley. Jeffrey Wright plays Daniel Holt. Simon Baker plays George Clyde. And Jonathan Rhys Myers plays Pitt Mackison. All right. And the name of the movie is Ride with the Devil. This one has a 64% on tomato meter and a 66% on the popcorn meter. And you can rent or buy it on Apple TV, Amazon, Fandango at Home, and Microsoft. Alright. This next one. Woody is stolen from his home by a toy dealer, Al McWigan, leaving Buzz Lightyear and the rest of the gang to try to rescue him. But when Woody discovers that he's actually a valuable collectible from a once popular television show called Woody's Roundup and is reunited with his horse Bullseye, Jessie, the yodeling cowgirl, and his faithful sidekick Stinky Pete the prospector, he doesn't want to leave. It's directed by Ash Brandon, John Lasseter, and Lee Unkrich. Produced by Karen Robert Jackson and Helen Plotkin. Screenwritten by John Lasseter, Pete Docter, Ash Brandon, Andrew Stanton, Rita Hsiao, Doug Chamberlain, and Chris Webb. Distributed by Walt Disney Pictures. Produced by Walt Disney Pictures and Pixar Animation Studios. It's rated G. It's kids and family, comedy, adventure, fantasy, animation. Released on November 24th, 25 years ago. It made $245.9 million in the box office. It's 1 hour and 32 minutes long. Come on, show more. Tom Hanks plays Woody. Tim Allen plays Buzz Lightyear. Joan Cusack plays Jessie. Kelsey Grammer plays Stinky Pete. Don Rickles plays Mr. Potato Head. Jim Varney plays Slinky Dog. Wallace Shawn plays Rex. John Ratzenberger plays Ham. Ann Potts plays Bo Peep. So you probably already know the name of the movie, but the name of the movie is... Toy Story 2. 100% on Tomato Meter. Yay! 87%, 87% on the popcorn meter. And this one, you can stream it on Disney Plus. You can rent it or buy it on Amazon Video, Apple Plus, Fandango at Home, Microsoft Store, and you can also rent it on Spectrum. Alright, the last one. Whenever trouble strikes in one of her relationships, single mother Mary Jo Walker and her daughter, Ava, pack up and move to another city, a routine Ava is tiring of. This time they are helped on their move to San Diego by trucker Jack Ranson. While Ava settles in a leading part in a school play, Jack starts dating Mary Jo but soon reveals himself to be controlling and aggressive. Mary Jo prepares to flee again, angering Ava. It's directed by Gavin O'Connor, produced by Greg O'Connor, screenwritten by Gavin O'Connor and Angela Shelton, distributed by Fine Line Features, produced by Spanky Pictures, River One Films, and Solaris. It's rated PG-13. It's a drama. It made $1.3 million at the box office. It's 1 hour and 44 minutes long. And then Janet McTeer plays Mary Jo Walker. Kimberly J. Brown plays Ava Walker. Gavin O'Connor plays Jack Ranson. Sorry about that. J.O. Sanders plays Dan Miller. Louise Smith plays Ginger. And Laurel Holloman plays Lori Pendleton. Alright, the name of the movie is... Tumbleweeds. It's 82% tomato meter, 65% on popcorn meter. If you're interested in watching it, you can rent or buy it on Apple TV, Amazon Video, and Fandango at Home. Alright, that's it for this week from 25 years ago. So, until next time, have fun watching the movies. Alright, that's it. Y'all have a good one. Gotta go get